Okay, so once again, welcome and thanks for joining us. In today's series, we're going to be looking at, we're going to be starting a very fresh course, which is called Installing and Configuring Windows Server 2012. The code of the course is 7410, so that's a Microsoft Server course. That's the very first one. And then we're going to have series of video coming up. So in 7410, the part 1 video, we're going to be learning how to install the Windows Server computer, and we're going to be using the VMware virtual environment, and I have a 2016 version. The next video after this, we're going to be looking at how to promote the server to a domain computer, and then the next one, we're going to be looking at how to install server role. And the very first two roles we're going to install are going to be the DHCP and the DNS. Then after, we have to configure them. And the next one, we're going to join computer to our domain. Okay, so we'll start with the very first one. So I'm going to be using the VMware Workstation application. So I have it pinned here. So I click and open the application, VMware Workstation. So I want to make a very first, Windows Server computer. That's the first thing. So I have to click on create a virtual machine. Now I have to leave it on typical and I have to click on the next. So two options are available here. I can choose to hide the operating system later, but I can do it now. So what I have to do, click here. And you have to make sure that you have the Windows Server OS on your computer, right? So I have to click on browse, then I go to where the server image is. So I have the image here. Now I have to click on the image, then I have to click on open. Then after, I have to click on next. Now, let you know the product key, and then let's choose our version. So we have the versions available. We have the data center with the GUI. We have data center with the core. So we can choose. We want to do GUI. We're not doing core for now. We're going to use server code and convert it later. But let's look at the data center. So that's the edition we want to install. And then I give it a default name, John, right? And then let's put the password. So let's do password at 123. Let's do password at 123. You can put password or you can leave it and be sure of it. So password at 123. Password at 123. Now there's an option here to log on automatically. Now if we check this, whenever the computer comes on, it will log on automatically. It will only require the password when we restart it. Okay, so you can choose to check that. Then we can click here next. No product key, say yes. Now we have to name the computer, right? So we want to have our domain controller called Orange. We want to have our domain called orange.com, right? So now we want our machine, the server, to be relating to the domain, right? So we want to say Orange Server 1, right? Orange Server 1, right? That's the name we want to give. So Orange Server 1. And now this is the directory of the machine. So after creating this machine, you can carry along and then open it in different physical computer that have the VMware Workstation installed. So from the document folder, you can find it in the virtual machine folder, and this is the name. So we click on next. Now we have to allocate the size of the machine, right? Send is a domain computer. Let's do 100, right? Now let's do it as a single file so we can easily carry. So click on next from here, and then click finish. So we have to wait. We're going to come up. We're going to come up. So we click this option available here to maximize it. So we want to see the full screen. So we click here, or better still, the shortcut is Control, Alternate, and Enter. So you're going to have the full screen like this, right? So let's watch it coming up. I guess you already know how to, because how to install a computer, because I did that in the very first video, installing a virtual machine. So it's the kind of same way, right? So no big deal. I'll follow the process from here. Let us see what you get. It's still loading. Now it's going to be more faster if you have I already choose the edition, so now it's not asking me. So you go ahead right away to do the installation part. And then we just have to watch it go from 0 up to 100. We can also increase the process, the speed, right? So I know some of you know, that's my students. Now we can do shift and then press the F10 key. And then in the command prompt, we can type task manager by typing TASKMGR, clicking on the enter key and coming on the process. So this is the setup process. We can right click here. It says set the priority. Then we can click set the priority to high. Okay, and then also set priority to high. Then click on OK. Now let's close it. So the process is going to be a bit faster than before, right? So looking at how fast it's going, I guess you're going to make the two videos into one, right? So if we come back here and look at our agenda, I come here and see. So part 2 going to be promoting the server to a domain controller. I guess we can do this one in the video, but let's see how fast it goes, right? So let's go back to our virtual machine. Now it's going faster. Now installation file readiness reach 100. Now it's installing the feature. After it's going to install it, update. It's going to finish up. Update installed. So finishing up, you have to restart. So you have to restart in a few seconds. But still, you can click restart now. Our server is coming on. Yeah. Now we got our Windows Server. So Windows Server 2012 data center building at 200. So now it's just signing without putting the password, right? Because we click on log on automatically. So now that's why it's starting. It's not asking us for password, and it's going straight to server manager, right? So the next thing we have to do to this server is let's see what we have here. Okay. So for the first video, that's it. We were able to install the Windows Server, right? So watch out for the next video where we have to promote the server to a domain controller and then configure DCP DNS and then join computer to our domain, right? So thanks for watching. Just hit the notification button so you can get a line of the next video. Don't miss it. You have to follow the course. There are a lot of things we have to learn before the end of the course. Thank you.